Good afternoon, folks. Welcome once again to another gaming history session. This midweek session is a little bit extra due to the fact that I didn't finish what I intended to finish last Saturday. So today we are looking at the Xbox 360. Right, so as we left off in the last session, I think we were just finishing off with the PlayStation 2. We made ourselves a couple of average games. Conflict Hailstorm, which was created in the middle of a hailstorm. Well, it was actually a really bad rainstorm over here when I was recording this. So Conflict Hailstorm, not too bad, 7.75. 7.2 million in profits, and 6.75 Total War Football, the community-based game, sports simulation, Total War and football combined together to create an average affair. Probably one of those types of games where it's a bit of a niche market. A few die-hard fans love it, but for the general populace, perhaps not the best thing. But it did sell fairly decently, giving us 7.6 million in profits. So we were fairly happy with that. And as we finished off, we managed to sack a couple of the team members. Preston and, was it Josiah? Messiah? I can't remember. Already their existence is erased from my memory banks. And we have instead brought forth some specialists. Now, we do have a little bit of time to play with because we are trying to raise the levels of these people. What's this? What can you describe it as? Like the team fluidity, team gel. Before we start creating our next game. So anyway, hello everyone. So far, who is here? Cowboy80, hello. Story, hello and welcome. Bear with me. There we go. So, kind of strange streaming on a Wednesday afternoon. It's bright sunshine outside. I should be outside doing something productive with my time, like walking the dog, maybe walking up a mountain or something. But no, I'm sat here in a sweltering room in front of a computer screen. Anyway, so, okay. What I shall do, how shall I start this off? I shall start this off by trying to get these guys together. So, we do have time for some training. Just going to refresh my memory about who I've recruited here. So we've got a design specialist, Erin Farmer. She needs 700 design to be made a specific design specialist. So we will train her in design at the very least, and we shall train her in the practice courses, because we're not exactly rolling heavily in cash right now. Okay, so just bear with me, folks, as I get myself sorted here. And here's another new chappie, James. Good old James. He's a technology specialist, or soon to be. So we're going to train him in technology. Here is Benjamin, who I recall was already a whiz kid. He was already a whiz kid. 740 design, absolutely fantastic. But we don't have the research points to make him a specialist just yet, so we'll hold off on that, and we won't train him for now. We'll save a little bit of RP on the training. These are the general all-rounders. Our good friend Eleanor Lamb, she's still here. She avoided the cull. She's still with us. Fairly rounded stats, so we'll keep training her up in due course, but I think she trained last time, so we're going to forget training her. Riley survived as well. He's probably the weakest member of the team, but he's the odd job man. He shall fill in the gaps where we need assistance. And finally, Tom References. If you need a reference, come see him. He is going to be a technology specialist. He's got a little bit of a way to go though, so we're going to take him up a little bit with some co-jam. As for me, what can I do? I'm an all-rounder as well. I shall train in technology. There we go. So we'll do some training. We'll do a couple of contracts, and that should give us enough time to get the team nice and gelled. small number of dedicated fans have asked that we release the source code to one of our older game engines, the Damo2986 version 3. Doing so would satisfy the fans, but we could sell it, make some money. There's more to life than money, isn't there? Let's please those fans. Let's give it away. We don't use it, let somebody else make use of it. Hello Nicholas, welcome, welcome, welcome. It's super hot in Finland. Weather talk is rife in the chat at the moment regarding last session's torrential rain that I was suffering. Super hot in Finland. I didn't even know that those words went together. So we've gained 18k fans as a result of giving away our game engine, which is marvellous. And the Xbox is now no longer supported, as is the Game Sphere. Goodbye and God bless you. Come on, stop training, stop training, stop. There we go. So I'm now going to create some contracts. Let's have a look at here. We don't want anything too taxing. Space shuttle in 4 weeks. Develop part of a space shuttle. No, just something simple. Something simple. Oh, there's quite a bit of stuff here. Mrs. barely going to pay for the coffee bill, let alone anything else, but it's just to keep us ticking over so that we don't sit on our hands and get lazy. Well done, 43k. Keep working. Keep working, keep working. Logo animation. Very low level stuff for people of our ability, but well, we help where we can. And maybe we'll do one big one just for the laugh, you know. So this is just a bit of review game concept. Bit of pre-work before we start developing our first game for the 360. 100k comes winging its way our way. Won't even pay the damn wage bill, that. Right, we're almost there. We're almost there. We're almost there. Last bit of chit chat, last bit of talking. Maybe one of those team bonding sessions in a retreat somewhere where you have to help each other climb up climbing walls and stuff like that. Orienteering, you know, all that kind of stuff, just to gel the team together. All that was done off camera, of course, and they're now ready. We're ready to start developing games for the Xbox 360. But before we do that, we are going to go into the realms of the histories. We're going to bring forth the histories. I have screwed this up, bear with me. My windows are all higgledy-piggledy here. I need to put my... just bear with me, my tabs are on separate things. There we go, now we're on the same page. Hello, Jam de Silva. Emperor, hello, welcome John. The same crowd, good to see you all again. Rainstorm in London now. Oh my god. We got some bright sunshine up here. Anyway, enough about the weather. Let's move on to the 360. So here we go. Xbox 360. This is the first of the consoles that is still in use today, and still, well, I say still supported, shall I say? All the previous consoles we developed games for have all petered away and gone and whatever. The Xbox 360 is still being supported, so this is the sort of first modern day console, if you will. Developed by Microsoft, of course, and it was the successor to the Xbox, the original Xbox, which I thought was a little bit grim, personally, but anyway. It was going head-to-head with the PlayStation 3 and the Nintendo Wii, part of the 7th generation of video games consoles, and it was unveiled officially on MTV on the 12th of May 2005, finally coming out in the UK in December 2005. Of course, Xbox Live was all the big thing, the old live online gaming. This is where I think online gaming really boomed. I know the Dreamcast was I think one of the first, or if not the first console to have online gaming, but this is where online gaming, I think, really took off with the Xbox 360. And this was the first console that I personally partook in online gaming. So, a little bit of history about the Xbox 360 for me then. It came out in December the 2nd, 2005. But I had a PlayStation 2. Completely happy with it. I got an Xbox, the first version. I'd say Xbox One, but this obviously that would confuse people. But it was the first Xbox, the original Xbox. I had one of them, but I wasn't massively impressed with it. And therefore, I was a bit of a PlayStation fan, and I thought, Xbox 360, I'm not going to buy it. I'm not going to own it. I don't want anything to do with it. It'll be a load of rubbish. So I carried along, and round about that time, December 2005, was an interesting time for me because I finished university. I graduated at university in June 2005 after a 4-year teaching degree, and I decided to take 6 months off because I didn't want to go into teaching. So I decided to take 6 months off to take a bit of a break because I'd studied and gone through school straight to A levels, straight to university with no breaks, whilst doing part-time work along the side. So I thought, you know what? Let's have 6 months off. People take a gap year, I'll take a gap 6 months. I won't go travelling or do anything useful, I'll just sit and play games for 6 months. That's what I did. So in December 2005 I was off and not doing anything majorly productive other than play my PlayStation 2. Fast forward a little bit to February 2006. And my friend down the road, the same friend who I played Sonic 2 at, the same friend who's been with me through thick and thin through many gaming consoles, he actually got an Xbox 360. And one day he sort of asked, want to come over and try this Xbox 360? And I was like, oh, if I must, if I must pull myself away from my PlayStation 2 to come and play this hunk of junk, I'll give it a whirl. So I went over to his house, sat down, and the first game, I don't know if it was the only game he had, but it was the game that he was playing when I walked through the door. It was PGR 3, Project Gotham Racing 3. So I sat down, had a look at this Project Gotham Racing that he was playing, and he was playing it online. He got the Xbox Live, and he was playing it online. And some people may know, some people might not know, but I am actually a really, really big racing game fan. You won't notice that from my channel because I have never LP'd a single racing game, and I haven't actually played a decent racing game for quite a few years now. But I do love racing games, and I'm actually pretty good at them. And I sat down, and this was a racing game, and it was an online racing game, and I was like, oh, this looks okay. The graphics were much better than the PS2's graphics. Okay, big tick in the box there. The game looks alright, pretty good. Okay, another tick in the box there. But he was playing online, racing against other people, and that was a new concept to me. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. He was racing people in America, racing people in Australia, racing people from all over England. And I was like, oh, very interesting indeed. So I better sit down and have a go of this game. I thought he'd give the control pad over to me, and straight away, boof, I was hooked. Massively, massively, massively hooked. Playing a racing game online against other people, and the game itself was a very, very good racing game. I loved it. I must have sat there for 3 or 4 hours. He barely saw the control pad because I was hogging it and playing and doing really well. So as I say, I'm quite good at racing games, so I was winning a lot of the races and having a whale of a time. And that was in round about February 2006. So henceforth, I left his house, and about 2 days later went down to the local game shop and purchased for myself an Xbox 360. And I was, from that point forward, my PlayStation 2 gathered dust and never saw the light of day again. And it's funny enough, but the happiest memories I have of the Xbox 360, despite, it's been out for how long now? Since 2006, did I say 2006? To now, almost 9 years, coming up to 10 years next time. It's still playing PGR 3 online is the most fun I had. I absolutely loved it. I played that game for hours and hours and hours, and I just loved the online system. You worked your way through various leagues. If you won a couple of races, you'd move up to the higher leagues, and the higher leagues you went up, you got less and less of the idiots that like to crash you off and spin you off the track, and you actually got some decent races. And as a result of that, as I was going up and up the leagues, you'd race against the same people all the time usually. You'd get a few friends, you know, you build up a friendship with people, and it was just happy days. Clean, fun racing, competitive racing on a really good game. So to this date, my time with PGR3 was absolutely awesome. Not to mention it was a new console, of course. So that's my fondest memories. My next fondest memories are probably span the next 2 to 3 years, because I met on PGR3 a few people that I stayed in touch with for a good few years, and we got a bit of a clan going together, and some more very happy memories involved us all playing a variety of shoot 'em up games together, and it was like clockwork. What we'd do is we would meet together at 7 PM every night without fail, unless one of us, you know, one or two of us might have been busy on a particular night or whatever, or was working, but more often than not a group of 6 or 7 of us would always gather together 7 PM British time prompt, and we'd hammer whatever game we were playing at the time. It started out with Ghost Recon Advanced Warfare, shooting people, screaming, shouting, having a whale of a time, laughing as we spawn camped people, spawn camped and killed people as they spawned and all that sort of stuff. Then we moved on to Rainbow Six Vegas. That was another big favourite of ours. Then we moved on to Call of Duty Modern Warfare, which was a massive game changer, of course. And then after that it sort of petered away. We did play Ghost Recon Advanced Warfare 2 and Rainbow Six Vegas 2, but we were sort of petering out by then. But the big three was the Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the Rainbow Six Vegas, and the Ghost Recon Advanced Warfare, and they were very fun times. Very fun times indeed. And then after that I started pretty much moving into LPing and PC gaming around about 2010, and my Xbox just became much more of a single player affair. Sort of got switched off from multiplayer gaming. Too much screaming, shouting, abuse over the microphone, and children sending stupid messages, and I just fell out of love with online gaming, to the point where I only ever play online games now if they're racing games. That's the only games I will play online, is racing games. So there you go, there's a little bit of information about my experiences, particularly the earlier experiences with the Xbox 360. And I will now run down my list of games that I played on the Xbox 360. And it's kind of weird because I'm reading down this list. Some of these games I consider really old and really like classic games, and some of them are like, well, I only played that last month, or I only played that 2 months ago. That's how long the period of time has been since from start to finish of the Xbox lifespan. So anyway, here is a complete list of games that I played on the Xbox 360. So we have Alan Wake, an LP of course, Army of Two, Assassin's Creed 1 and 2, never played beyond number 2 because I didn't really like the game, I found it very repetitive. Batman Arkham Asylum, Batman Arkham City, didn't play any of the other games after that. Bioshock 1 and 2, I did play Bioshock Infinite, but I didn't play it on the Xbox 360, I actually played it on the PC. Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare 1 and 2, and Call of Duty World at War. They were the only Call of Duty games I played. I fell out of love with Call of Duty after Modern Warfare 2. Call of Juarez, Colin McRae Dirt 1, Colin McRae Dirt 2, which was a really fun game. Me and my nephew, who was living with me at the time, he had one Xbox and a TV on one side of my bedroom. I had an Xbox and a TV on my side of the bedroom, and we would play online together in the same room, and we had such fun playing Colin McRae Dirt 2 online racing. We had an absolute blast. So I have very fond memories of that game. Dragon Age Origins, Dragon Age Awakening, Elder Scrolls Oblivion, Elder Scrolls Skyrim, Fear, Fable, Fable 2 and it's Fable 2 and 3 I think. I think the first Fable was on the Xbox if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, Fable 2 and Fable 3, Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, Far Cry 2, Far Cry 3 and 4 I played on the PC, Fight Night Round 4, Final Fantasy 13 I think that is. Never finished it. Didn't like it. Was converted away from the old style of, was it JRPG style, to the more modern day RPG style, so didn't really get back into the Final Fantasy groove after playing games such as Oblivion and stuff like that, and Dragon Age. Anyway, carrying on then, Forza 2, Forza 3, Forza 4, Gears of War 2, GTA 4 and 5, GTA 5 being the last game I think I purchased for the Xbox 360, and what a way to go out, because that is my favourite game of all time. LA Noir, Lost Odyssey, Mass Effect 1, 2 and 3, Max Payne 3, Medal of Honor Airborne, one of the first games I got for the console, I think I rented it, Project Gotham Racing 3, very fond memories as I've already said, and Project Gotham Racing 4, also a good game, but didn't quite have the same. I don't know. Didn't have the same feel as number 3. Race Driver Grid, Red Dead Redemption, Shadowrun, Test Drive Unlimited, Thief, Ghost Recon Advanced Warfare 1 and 2, Rainbow Six Vegas 1 and 2, Splinter Cell Conviction, Splinter Cell Double Agent, and Two Worlds. So they are the games that I played on the Xbox 360. Some corkers there, some not some corkers, some horrendous games. But well, some of them were rented. Thankfully, didn't have to splash out the full price. So there you go. All that is left for us to do now is to create or recreate at least 3 or 4 of those games. So what shall we recreate? I mean, this sort of era of, I also did say that I had the Xbox, not the Xbox, I had the PlayStation 3 as well, of course. But I didn't actually play many games for the PlayStation 3. I'm struggling to remember what I did exactly play on the PlayStation 3. I think I bought it and maybe played about 3 or 4 games on it. But the one game that I mainly got the PlayStation 3 for was Metal Gear Solid 4. And yeah, I absolutely loved that game. So if you want to create a game for the PS3, we could do that. But most of the games I played were on the Xbox 360. LA Noir. LA Noir. People are talking about LA Noir. It was a very good game, actually. It was a very good game. So what shall we recreate? What shall we recreate? I mean, do I have any say in this? If I had a say, I would probably start early Xbox first, and then move our way forward to more modern day Xbox, sort of follow the pattern. And another question we've got to ask ourselves is, what size game are we going to make? Because we can now start making large games, but because we don't have more than 250,000 fans, we'd be better off doing publishing deals for large games, at least for the first couple. Now, is there a publishing deal that fits the bill for a large game? There's a medium game, but there is one here. Active Visionaries. Large game, we get 10% royalties, they give us a bit of cash up front, and we only have to achieve a 6 on the score ranking, and it can be any topic, any genre, on any platform. So this is a good way for us to dip our toe into the water of large games. I think we're going to do this. The only question is, what large game, what game are we going to create? Here we go. Oh, Oh, people are talking about Metal Gear Solid 5 here. I will be purchasing that. It's coming out, when is it coming out? Next week? Very, very soon, actually. It's gotten very good reviews. Ooh, I'm going to have a look at some of these reviews after I finish this session. I haven't really followed the development of the game. I haven't followed anything to do with it. And I haven't even played the... What's the other one called? What's the game called that came out like a little prequel-y thing? I can't even remember. But I haven't played that even. I was going to play that at the same time that I played the main game. So yeah, I'm looking forward to playing that next week. Very, very much so. But anyway, enough about that. That's next week. We should be here now creating a game. I think people are asking for LA Noir, so I think that could be a good first one. I think that, but you know what? Before we even do that, maybe I did say that it's one of my favourites. It's what got me to purchase the console. I think we should do a Project Gotham Racing style of game. What we're going to call it, I don't know. But I think that's what I'm going to put my foot down. Ground Zeroes, that's the one. Yeah, I didn't play Ground Zeroes as well. I was going to play that at the same time that I played is it the Phantom Pain? Yeah, I'm looking forward to it though. And thankfully I'm not working. So I can sit down and then play to my heart's content. One of the bonuses of not working. Of course, one of the drawbacks is you don't earn any money. But oh well. As long as you've got enough to live on and have fun with, that's all that matters. So anyway, I'm going to go with PGR, a PGR 3. So what can we call it? What can we name it? You think of a name that's suitable, and I shall do the bits and bobs. Now I need to bring up my couple of screens here whilst I get sorted. First I want to look at the Xbox 360. Okay, that's good. Right, okay. So it's going to be a racing game. It's going to be a racing game. My favourite style of game, yes. It's a pity I haven't made any more racing. What was our last racing game? I think we've only created one. It might have been the blooming Grand Prix Simulator, all the way back on the Commodore 64. Project Arkham. Oh, that works. Project Arkham. Oh dear. Right, it's going to be you see, I don't think Project Gotham was a simulation-based racing game. I think it was an action-based racing game. I know simulation racing games are generally better than action-based racing games, but if we're sticking true to form, I think it would be better served as an action-based racing game. So that's what I'm going to do. An arcade-style, action-based racing game. And it's going to be for the Xbox 360, which we have to buy a license for. Okay. We're not going to have it to be cross-platform. I don't think Project Gotham was cross-platform, was it? I think it was Xbox exclusive. And we are going to use... Did we create a new game engine last time? I can't remember. No, I don't think we did. Damo2986's 5, I think, was created halfway through the life of the PlayStation 2, so this is not a brand new game engine, but it's new enough. So we have a large game, our first large game, for everyone. It's racing, an action arcade-style racing game based on Project Gotham Racing 3 on the Xbox 360 using our V5 Daymotion engine. What are we going to call it? Project Arkham Sliding. Well, Project Arkham, I think, works. I like it. Project Arkham, action-based racing game. Project Arkham Driving, yes. PAD for short. PAD. Have you played that new racing game, PAD? The sequel, PAD 2. Yeah, I like it. Project Arkham Driving. Thank you, Feathers. Very nice. I like it. I like it. Right, here we go. Action-based racing game. Oh, 1.8 million to make. These games are getting a little bit more costly to make, so we can't afford to have too many blunders here. But they're going to make them good. Right, 3D graphics version 3, of course, nothing less. And here comes the Nintendo New, or Wii, another console which I don't like. I mean, I know it's got its perks, but for me, if I want to hit a tennis ball or do some bowling, I'll go to the damn place and do it in real time. I won't get a blooming controller and start waving it around my room, having it fly out of my hand and smash into a television. None of that muck, you know? Right, anyway. Action-based racing game. Here we go. Let's get this created. Let's make this a good one. It's got to be at least a 6 for us to get our royalties with no penalty. And it's our first venture on the Xbox 360, so we want to make a good impression. Racing games, good engine, good gameplay, and of course very, very limited story and quests. What was there any story or quest to Project Gotham? I don't believe there was there? No. We're going to save all of our stuff for multiplayer support. All the multiplayer stuff will be thrown in there. Save game feature, multiplayer, video game playback, yeah, it's got it all, baby. It's got it all. And of course, these two, there's no character progression really, I wouldn't have thought. And simple, I mean, we always include simple cutscenes at the very least. At the very least. Maybe give it a smattering of story and quest, just enough to keep it ticking over. But there we go. That's the first thing. Right, so let's get ourselves sorted here. Ooh, that reminds me, I haven't got my trusty reference sheet handy. I always forget something, don't I? Here we are. Luckily it's in my drawer today and not halfway across the room. So we're all... God, how many games have we created? This list is growing. So this is Project Arkham Driving. Just write this down. Okay. So we're looking at engine. It's a techie thing. Techie. It's got to be a good game engine. So we're going to take Mr. Tech Specialist here, James Garmack. He's going to come and do that for us. Gameplay. Design, a designy thing. I shall take that. And story quest is an offshoot, so one of our lower people can take that. There you go. Riley Perez just mopping up a few of the very basic storylines and whatever else. And that should be that for development stage 1. I'm happy with that. Let's go. So we're looking to beat 202.193. We should do, because it's a large game. So by natural progression this will beat the scores, but won't necessarily mean it's a good game. It's the first large game we've created. It's the first time this team has worked together on a game. There could be a bit of a, just a few teething problems, so I'm not expecting this to be a massive hit, but as long as it's above a 6, I'll be happy with that. So interview, yes, I always like to do interviews. Game more fans and all that sort of stuff. Readers are curious. More artificial intelligence or world design. It's AI. It's all about the AI racing games. Thank you. Thank you very much. Remember to give me a good write-up. Everyone agrees. Of course they agree. It's bloody common sense, man. We're going to do some marketing. I know that we have a publisher, but we're going to do our own marketing as well. And it's going to be a small marketing campaign. We'll do a large marketing campaign once we get more than 250,000 fans, I think. Once we start creating some more big hits. But just for now, we'll stick with a small campaign. Okay, here we go. Development stage 2. Diddly-doo. Okay, right. Dialogues, there's no talking. 5%. Maybe some basic talking somewhere. Maybe like a narrator guy that narrates at the start, and maybe some. In fact, was there any talking? I don't recall any talking at all. You know what? I'm going to go 0. I'm going to go 0. No talking at all. I'm going to go AI, very high AI, better AI, AI companions. Yeah, we'll consider this to be teammates, AI teammates. For team-based racing. Level editor, track editor, create your own track, a few Easter eggs thrown in there for good measure, and I think we're laughing. Right, dialogues. Somebody crappy. Oh. Eleanor's the all-rounder, and I give her one of the. I gave her the wrong job last time. Never mind. AI is tech. We want a tech specialist. So Tom can come and get his feet wet into AI. We've got level design, which it says design, so I'm assuming it's design. Give it to Erin Farmer. In fact, we'll give it to Mr. Benjamin Walker, the whiz kid, the design whiz kid, and dialogue we'll give to Riley again, because there's no very minimal work for him to stress his little brain out with. And yeah, that'll do. Wow, these scores are going to be off the scale, man. And G3 is coming around, so we're going to hold this game until G3 does happen. And finally, world design in an action game. Not really important, but I think we'll class this as like design of the world in terms of the locations rather than the tracks themselves. So maybe a bit about like the because you travelled around the world, didn't you? Those tracks in different countries, were there? Or was that my mind playing tricks? Yeah, there was tracks in London, tracks in America. Yeah, I'm sure there was. I remember racing around like the Trafalgar Loop and stuff. Yeah. Sound is relatively important. Graphics very important. So soundtrack, a full soundtrack. Yes. We're going to have day and night cycle. Well, maybe not day and night cycle, but day and night racing, and that'll do. Just the one. So we got graphics. Is a very techy stuff. Techie stat rather than stuff. Statty stuff. I think we've used all of our blooming tech specialists elsewhere. If we take Riley off this and give that to Erin, he might be able to just squeeze in some graphics. No. Well, Eleanor's doing it. She's quite high in tech, isn't she? In fact, she's relatively high, so she can take that. Erin's taking that. Sound is tech as well. Was it design? Somebody said it was design the other day. Not sure, but it matters not. But it does actually, because we'll put Riley on the job. No, we won't. We'll put Erin on the job. We'll put Erin on the job. It's fine. I could have researched these myself actually, just to double check these bloody tech and designs, which ones were which. But anyway, don't know if it makes a massive amount of difference. But here we have it. Project Arkham driving. I'm happy. I think it's going to be above a 6. I think. I hope. I hope. So here we go. Large booth time? Not quite yet. We're almost at large booth time, but not yet. Right. So we're just going to wait for the bugs to be crunched out of the game, bashed out, beaten out, and then we're going to wait for G3. And look at that. God, it was an ugly console, wasn't it? Absolutely ugly console. The PlayStation 3. Oh yeah, and Blu-ray player. The most expensive console ever, and I bought it for effectively for one game. I don't regret it because I'm not a big player of replayer of games anymore. I used to play games all the time when I was younger because I didn't have much choice. I used to play games maybe 2, 3, 4 times. But as I got older, played games once, ditched it to the curb and moved on. But Metal Gear Solid 4, I think I played 3 times. And it was one of the very few games that actually got better with successive playthroughs because you picked up on more things and more of the story. And the first time you were playing the game and enjoying it, and oh my god, the second time you'd play the game so you could focus more on the story and you could focus your attention on picking up little bits that you missed the first time, and on the third time everything sort of came together nicely. $420,000 fans, baby, crowding round, getting a sneak preview of Project Arkham driving. But will it get the love from the reviewers? Who cares, really? Obviously, for this game it's vital, but who cares about the reviewers? As long as the fans like it, that's the main thing. We didn't make it into the top 100 booths. Oh well. Just give us a massive amount of hype, though. Oh, another bug's been bloody coming here. Go! 257 261. So that is the new yardstick that we should be judging future games on, because that's now large games. Leveled up in engine and gameplay, graphics as well, 3D graphics version 3, so we're going to be getting new graphics engines, new things to put into our new game engine, which we shall release maybe for game number 3 of the console. And when we release game number 3 of the console with our new game engine, you know what game we're going to create, don't you? You should do. I'll leave you to think about it. Somebody's got a pay rise. Special training for Riley. New research. Look at all this. Look, we're not going to be able to fit it all in. We don't have enough research points. Basic physics, save to cloud, mod support, achievements, 3D graphics version 4. Holy mackerel. That is a lot of stuff. Right. I'm going to generate a game report for Project Arkham Driving. Cost us 3.8 million to make. Let's hope we can get that money back. And then some on top. Because our money's going down pretty quick. Here we go. First reviews are in. John Desper says 9.5. Really? Very optimistic. I'm thinking round about a 7.25. And that'll do me. Here we go. 7.5. Yeah. I'm happy with that. Happy with that. Right, training. Let's get ourselves trained. What are you training in? You're training in design. Okay. Training. You're training in tech. You are training in we'll train you in research. Your tech is already good. Your design is already very good. Research. Miss Lam should train you up in design. Riley, we should train you in design. And you, we shall train in technology. Yes, sirree. Right. And me, what am I doing? I'm developing a game report. Yep, we've reached the minimum requirement, and therefore selling quite well. Selling quite well. Should make us a little bit of money. Yeah, a few million. They'll do for me. You'll do for me. Project Arkham Driving, you'll do for me. Yeah, new to the team. A few more games and the team will have a higher potential, so that probably hindered the score, which means that if they weren't a new team, we could have pushed that up to about an 8.5 maybe. But I was happy with 7.5, certainly. Yeah, and now we can self-publish large games. No more need to work for pushy publishers. We can do what we want. Oh yeah. Right. Technology. 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 Right, and let's do some research training with some of them as well, because we need to get their some of their researches are very low. We need research points, so let's get some research training. If the research is below 300, there, 338, that'll do. I think he's still training. 534. Eleanor's got good research. So 569. Riley's got good research. What about you? 467. You've got good research. What about you? You're 100 and something. Yeah, pretty poor research. So we'll trade you up in research, and we'll train you because you're the weakest in the team. 338. People are above 400 here. So we'll give you a bit of research training, and then we'll be ready to create a new game. Training done. Game coming off the market. We are now ready. Oh no, we're not. Wait a minute. We could do some. Woo! In what some call a bizarre show of arrogance, Sony representatives have been trash-talking the Xbox 360 while praising their own system. Cocky little buggers. And when asked about the unusually high price, a company official replied, "People will work more hours to buy one. We want people to feel that they want it more than anything else. We're not sure that players will really want it so badly, as so far no major game titles have been announced." Right, we could do some research of the cheaper stuff. We don't have a massive amount of research points. So like Save to Cloud is quite cheap. What else have we got? We've got like mod support's quite cheap. What else? We'll save the 3D graphics till the end. Achievements quite cheap, and basic physics as well. And here comes a PlayStation 3, which is good because we do have cross-platform support, so we can make use of it. Save to Cloud, mod support, achievements, and basic physics. So training's done, research is done, and we are ready to create a new game. 10 million units, 14 million in sales. Oh, it's a good one. It's a good one. It is a good one. Let's have a look. So we created Project Gotham Racing, which got a 7.5, which I was more than happy with. What did the real Project Gotham get? I think it got like really high, like 90s. Let's have a look. I'm just checking the proper version. What did it get? Let's have a look. Game rankings 88%, Metacritic 88, 9s, 8s, 8.5s. Yeah, so around about the 90% mark, so 9 out of 10. So we were a little bit behind the real version, but well, I'm sure it was enjoyable for those that played it. Now I'm just going to wait a little bit. I might wait until month number 2 to start creating my new game, just because I want this new topic to pass. I don't think we're going to... Oh, we might create a game with a new topic, but I'm not completely sure it will be. In fact, you know what, should we just go for it? Game number 2. This might be the last game on this engine. We might create the new engine after this. So let's get a game where we can use most of the things that we've got for this engine, if we can. So what shall we recreate now? People were quite... in fact, people were asking for LA Noir a little bit earlier. If we do create that, we could actually use detective, which would be a new topic, which we might be able to fit with the popular trend if it doesn't end. Which would be like a double bonus for us. What do you think? Let me know whilst I grab a drink. And Matt Jones says Mass Effect. I'm not going to make Mass Effect this time, simply because I do intend to create an RPG next. And I don't want to do 2 RPGs in a row. I don't want anything to hinder or hamper my potential success with the third of the series, First Fantasy, which will be coming after this game. So I don't want to make an RPG. In fact, when did we create First Fantasy: The Contradiction? It was in year 16, so it's about 4 years ago. So we're about due the 3rd instalment. We really are. I suppose we could do that 4th. We could do that as a game before the community game. We don't have to do it 3rd. So we've got LA Noir, or we've got Mass Effect. LA Noir or Mass Effect. That's the 2 choices you've got. That's the 2 choices. I like those 2 choices. So let's have a look what we think. Let's have a look what people think. LA Noir is getting a lot of love. I think I'm going to go with it. So LA Noir. We need to rename this. Somebody, John Desper has got New York NY Noir. Rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? NY Noir. It was a mature game. I think we would put it down as detective, wouldn't we? Detective adventure? Would that work? Detective adventure. I think that would work. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. So what do we think? LA Noir, NY Snore, Mass Effect, Chicago Blue. Right, I think I am deciding to do LA Noir. So let me find detective, and it will be a detective adventure. It's not really an RPG, is it? Really. Let me bring the game description up. I'm not doing multi-genre, so after the last car crash that we had. LA Noir is a neo-noir detective video game. Action adventure. So yeah, detective adventure. We could do action adventure for a multi-genre thing, but I don't want to risk it. Do not want to risk it. There we go. So detective adventure. So what are we calling it? Are we calling it NY Noir? So whilst you're thinking of some names, I shall give you the synopsis of the original game. Obviously, it's a Rockstar game, and Rockstar can really do no wrong, really, can they? They have got an absolutely great repertoire of games. Released for the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. Well, there you go. There's the platform sorted. No. There we go. So we're going to release it for the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3. We're going to use the new game engine. The new game engine for the last time. It's a mature rated game, a large game. We just need a name. So it was set in LA, of course, in 1947. You had to solve a range of cases across 5 divisions, investigating crime scenes for clues. And the big thing about this game was the whole face thing, the whole face motion capture, the facial expressions that you were supposed to use to help you when you came to interview the suspects. I mean, the game was really good. It was really, really good. Depth analysis. Motion scan, whereby actors portraying the game's characters were recorded by 32 surrounding cameras to capture facial expressions from every angle. Wow. 2011. I remember playing this. So in terms of reviews, it got, well, it must have got striking reviews. It got 88% game rankings, 89 Metacritic, 8s, 9s. Again, similar to Project Gotham, it's a high 8, a low 9 type affair. So we've got a lot to live up to here. You're really picking me some tough challenges today. LA Moore, NY Ver... Oh! NY Vers. I like it. Who was that? Ruben Gotts. Yeah, I like it. I like it. I like it. NY Ver. I think we're ready. I'm always double checking these bloody things now so that I don't misclick. It's a lot of money to go down the drain if we accidentally make a medium game or put it on young or something. Yeah, so mature, detective adventure. And we are going for it. Ah, I've seen the snag here. I'm going to go for everyone. I don't usually like to, because it was mature rated, but apparently detective doesn't work very well. I'd tell you what would work very well. Instead of detective, we could go crime. I wonder if crime would be better for a mature audience. If we did crime adventure. Crime is one of those. Crime is one of those. But then I don't know if crime will work well with adventure. I think we'll just go detective adventure. Sorry guys, I'm messing around here. Completely lost where detective was now as well. There it was. What we'll do is we'll dumb it down. We'll dumb it down a bit. We'll dumb it down just a touch to cater for the masses. Okay, so here we go. This is going to be the best that we can produce on this game engine. So everything that we can possibly throw into it, we're gonna throw it in, hoping to get the best score possible this time around. So what have we got here? We've got an adventure game, which is very similar to an RPG, which we should do well in then, because we're quite good at RPGs, aren't we? So game engine, round about there. We've got gameplay. I mean, that's quite important if you ask me, so I'll stick that round about there as well. But it's all about the story and quests, isn't it? Branching story, yeah, branching story, different outcomes depending upon who you bloody accuse of being the suspect and how the interviews go. Advanced cutscenes with a beautiful facial gizmo majig. Oh yeah, and we're going to put the best designer on the story and quest. That'll be you, Erin. Make it a good one. Meanwhile, Average Joe Eleanor. She's not Average Joe though, she's an all-rounder, but she's actually got better design than a lot of the bloody designs. Especially, well, yeah, 588 and 774. She's not far off, is she? But anyway, we'll stick her on gameplay. We'll stick Riley on engine. Engine, of course, save game, no multiplayer, video playback. Could we do multiplayer? We can't squeeze it in anyway. And we can't get character progression in there. So we'll take out better user experience, go for character progression instead. A game tutorial would be handy. Alright, if that's what you're saying, that's what you're saying. And here comes the hype train. We've got the fans. We've got the funding. Let's go for the large campaign. This better be good, guys. NY Ver. People have been talking about it for decades. Hello, the smart critic. You're here to judge me. Oh dear. Judge me fairly. Do not judge me harshly. Right. Don't judge me. Judge the games. And if the games are a flop, don't blame me, but blame the team that I'm working with. Apart from Eleanor. We all like Eleanor, of course. Right, moving on. We've got development stage 2. Adventure. Level design. not very good. Dialogues, of course, very important. Level design, AI, I mean AI, decent AI would be nice. Level design, not so much. We've got 25 there, I think. Easter eggs, we'll throw some Easter eggs in for good measure. And we can put the level editor in as well, we can fit it in. I don't know how it would work in a game like this, but well, maybe create some crime scenes for your friends to solve. Yeah, that works. Dialogues, everything about dialogues will be thrown in, and the AI needs to be good. And there's no and there is companions as well, isn't there? There is AI companions. There was you had a partner to assist you, didn't you? And he was actually pretty decent. He wasn't too shabby. Now, can we fit this in? Not really. I'll have to do a bit of that. A bit of that. Ah, we can't squeeze this in. Okay, if we... How far would we have to go? Like 40%, and I think this is too much. Okay. I think we'll have to go 40%. Make the AI 40%. Take a smidgen off there. A smidgen off there like that. Wow. Ooh, scrimping and saving here. Okay, so dialogues. Dialogues, yes, it's very dialogue heavy. It's gotta be good. It's gotta be Benjamin Walker territory. It's gotta be. And we'll take him off this. Level design, we'll throw in one of the all-rounders perhaps to do that. Riley. And then artificial intelligence we'll give to Tom References. Yeah, why not? I'm taking the back seat this time. So, there we go. Ooh, PlayStation 2 is about to bite the dust. Look at that. Very design heavy game. Very design heavy. It's all about those design features. The story, the dialogues, even a little bit of world design to a certain degree. A lot of world design, in fact. Maximum world design. Graphics important, of course, to make the use of those lovely features that we have in the game. And the sound, maybe not so much. Take a bit of sound out. Soundtrack, of course. Open world, it was open world with a nice rich backstory thrown in for good measure. Make it an engrossing experience. Right. Design guru Erin Farmer, she's already working on other things. James, you take sound. I take world design. And James, you take graphics, and that is it. Bish bash bosh, NY ver, done. Ooh. And here comes a stupid phone thing. The iPhone. The grrphone. The grrphone will be available soon. Right. Large booth, please. So we're splashing the cash on large campaign. We're splashing the cash with a large booth. This better be a good game. It better be a good game. Yeah, sound is design. Actually, yeah, sound is. I was told sound was design. I went against my own writing here. I wasn't convinced. 5 games for the PlayStation 2 with a total of 59.4 million. That's pretty good. Just gotta wait for that G3. Maybe with a large booth we could get into the top 100 booths this time. Woohoo! Number 38! Oh, we're getting up there. Oh, this is gonna do us a world of good for our sales. Just gotta get those bugs out very quickly before we start to lose a bit of hype there and people get bored of waiting. Don't worry guys, we're just getting rid of those bugs. We don't want to release a buggy game for you. We do care. There we go. Ding ding ding! 431289. That is, ooh, that's a big jump. It's a big jump, but we should be okay because we're going for a new game engine next time, so that should help us. NY there is ready. Come on, hurry up. There we go. Release! Release me from my shackles! Mini games and surround sound. They will be the last two that we put into our new game engine. Generate game report very quickly. NY there. And it's still a new topic. Here we are. The reviews are in. What do we think we're gonna get here? Let me rack my brains. I think it's gonna be... I'm gonna push the boat out. The last adventure game we did wasn't very good, I don't think, if I remember rightly. So I'm gonna be conservative. And similar to last time, I'm gonna go 7.75. Here we go. Holy cow! Look at that! 10! Their focus on dialogue served the game well. Everyone loves it. Game Hero this time are the ones that have screwed us over, but almost perfect. And awesome! From all games. How are we going to follow this? I might have to delay First Fantasy 3, because producing 2 games of this quality is going to be nigh on impossible. Holy smokes! Watch the sails fly! Oh, and just as we've sold it, the bloody trend has gone. Oh well, we're still going to sell a bucket load. Wow. Oh ho ho. 500k in sales of the first week. It's only reached number 2 in the ranks. Oh my god, what the hell was better than this? Ruben Gotts, I think it was all in the... I think you're right, it was all in the name. And here comes that phony thing. Right, let's get some trading done. We can't stall too much, but we should at least take a bit of time to enjoy the fruits of our labour. Oh yes, 1 million in sales. The excitement around the game has got no end. The money shall fly into our bank account at a rate that is unknown to us. Training, training. My heart can't take it. Calm down, man. Calm down. Train. We need to train. Right. Can we now... in fact, before we do some training, we'll do research. When I started playing in Live Air, I had no idea what I was in for. The attention to detail and the world design really sets this game apart from others in the genre. Only a game with you... Julian Rickstall. Thank you, Julian. Wow. Right. Okay. Here we go. Version 4 of the 3D graphics. Mini games. And surround sound. All going to be crammed in to the new game engine. Funded, of course, by this massive blockbuster hit. Ruben Gotts, you, my friend, are my creative source. You are sat here by my side, feeding me information as we go along to ensure that we have more hits like this. Okay, new game engine. Daymotion. Is it version 6? I believe it is. Version 6. We're taking out these mangy graphics, these has-been affairs, and going up to the new version 4. 3D graphics such as no one has ever seen in their life. Let's have a look. We shall still go for... I think we should still go for all of these. Or should we take... yeah, we'll still go for all of these because I think some games will be more akin to having linear stories and stuff. Engine, save game, multiplayer, video playback, basic physics, save to cloud, mod support. Oh yes, it's got it all. Achievements are thrown in for good measure. Mini games and sound, surround sound. Stereo sound is now obsolete, my friends. Obsolete. So there we go. The Daymotion version 6. I think this is going to outsell First Fantasy 2 actually, just because it's just because we've got more fans. We'll have to check that. But I still have a soft spot for First Fantasy. I think that would be overall a better game if I was to take a guess. So here we are, new engine, coming soon. Let's wait for this to come off the charts, and then we shall compare it with First Fantasy 2: The Contradiction. 5 million units. Wow. Wow. Oh, wow. Wow, 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 wow. 5 million sales, man. 5 million units sold. Achievement unlocked. Invest over 1 million in a new game engine. I'm unlocking achievements as I go along in this LP. This is great. This is as far as I've been in this game. This is all news territory, which is marvellous. It's now blind, effectively. Did I say... oh. Complete, yes. Did I say LP? I can't remember. Stream, whatever you want to call the damn thing. 101 million! Woohoo! 1 million, 100 million, 100 million! That's music to my eyes. Right, what are we doing? We're going to do some training, I think. Oh no, we're not. We're going to compare game histories first. We're going to say, right, Noir 9.75, 5.5 million units, selling 77 million. Yeah, only 3.3 million, you see. 36 million. So it's not. Oh, that's because that's 10 million there. That's because it was a publisher deal. But yeah, so this is definitely now our most successful game. This is the new yardstick now. Noir. Biggest profit margin, 70 million in profit. Definitely, yeah, almost double. Almost double. Gained us 50,000 fans alone. Holy smokes! Right, still bloody going strong. Let's get this training done. So what we're doing for you, love, design. Now, should we start splashing out for the? If it's teach and learn, I think it's the research points that's the problem. We only got 100 because we've done a lot of research this time round. So I think we'll hold off and we'll just go for the practice. But she does need design and she does need research as well. So we'll do the research training second, but we'll do the stat training first. So design for you, technology for you, and what for you? Nothing for you. Research for you. Research for you. We're happy with your design. Could do some tech for him, I suppose, as a backup, but I think we'll be fine without that. You sir, technology. Okay, if I must. And then these two long-term members of the team. Technology and technology for Eleanor. And for me, 5.5 million and 70. We're still going. 5.5 million, 78 million in sales. Whoosh! Did not expect that, I have to say. Did not expect that. And it makes it awkward now for us to try and beat it. I've never seen anybody that I've watched LP this game or me personally playing the game. I've never seen two back-to-back smash hits. So what I'm tempted to do is hold off on First Fantasy number 3. Because it's going to be so hard to match Noir. So we'll make another game first and then we'll go for First Fantasy next after that. So come on guys, we've got a lot to live up to here, but we've got a new game engine to help us. What is going to be the third game that we create? And it's not going to be an RPG. Games with new topics again.
Okay, I'll bear it in mind. Right, anybody need research training? What about you? You didn't need... Yes, you did need research training. You did. Yes, you did. We need more research points. And you? Yeah, we need research with you as well. Yeah, we do. And that's it. We can't afford... Oh, we can afford one more. So who was the next lowest? You? No. You? Yeah, you. These are quite high. I'm high. That's good. So it just works out nicely. Down to the last research point. Alright. So, to train... Oh, we can't see, but to be... For, was it 5 million and 100 RP points to make him a design specialist? Which I think is quite an urgent thing for us to open our R&D lab. So I think we're going to save the research points now to try and get him as a design specialist. And yeah, it's time for a new game. Mass Effect. Oh, Nicholas has got to go. See you later, Nicholas. Thanks for attending. A cooking simulator. That might do. That might do for a community-based game, but something I've played on the Xbox, something that we can recreate. And Dark, you are going as well for a bite of lunch? No problem. I should be going for about another hour, I reckon. I am going to football at 6:30. But, well, we've only got 3 games to go, so however long that takes. And Alex has finally made it. Alex, what are you like? You are terrible. Let me take a look at my list here, see if I can spot anything that fits the bill. I mean, people did... Oh, I'm not doing I'm going to say Mass Effect, but we're not doing an RPG, so... We're not doing an RPG! Should we try a first-person shoot? No. Oh. Football might be cancelled. Nope, it's not. It's not, that's fine. Okay, so we got a few racing games. We've done a racing game. I didn't actually play any sports games on the bloody Xbox 360. Isn't that strange? Not that I can see anyway. No sports games. A lot of racing games, but no sports games per se. No wrestling games. At this point of my life, I sort of fell out of love with wrestling. Wrestling was very much in the early and late 90s, and then I sort of grew up and wrestling became crap compared to what it used to be. So yeah, what have we got? We could make like a horror game. Alan Wake. We could make Alan Wake. We could make. I'm struggling. I've got the list in front of me, and even I'm struggling. We haven't made a GTA game. We could try and do that. That'd be an interesting one. Goat Simulator. Gears of War. Yeah, we're not making an RPG next, so that rules out a fair few games that I played on the Xbox 360. So I played a lot of RPGs. Let's have a look at get a look at those genres here. Simulation. Did I play any simulation? We haven't made a simulation game for a while. Did I play any simulation games on the Xbox? What could we class as a simulation game? Anything? Anything at all? Not really, other than a racing simulation, but I don't want to really make another racing game. Thief! Thief is something completely different. Splinter Cell. So this could be something a little bit different. Grand Theft Lotto. We cannot have this series going on without a remake of GTA, can we? I suppose. So I think we might go for a GTA. A couple of people have mentioned it already, and
Grand Theft Auto. What number did I say? I started first with number 4, so I think we'll start with number 4. I mean, we're not going to start with number 4, but this was the first. What have they classed it as? Open world action adventure. Open world action adventure. Well, we can't use adventure, we've just used adventure. GTA 4, of course, getting 9s and 10s, so this has really got to live up to the situation here, hasn't it? Open world. I mean, do we have sandbox? Not really. Crime action. I mean, I'm struggling to think which topic will fit GTA. Dead Space. I didn't play it. I played it on the PC. I mean, I could multi-platform it and go for horror action. Wow, this is I'm bloody stumped here. Stumped. Okay, let me space. Dead Space. Well, I think space is more strategy space. I think we want crime action. Crime action for Grand Theft Auto would work. I'm gonna try it. I don't know if crime and action work together, but have we done a? We haven't done a crime game before, have we? Crime action. If this combo doesn't work, this is a custom modded topic. So if it doesn't work with action, it's going to seriously hinder our rating. But we're going to go for it. We're going to go cross-platform here, and we're going to PC. I mean, we've never developed a game for the PC ever. It's the first time that we've got a PC game being released. So 3 consoles, the new game engine, crime action. So large game, and this is another question, would it work as mature with crime? So many unknown variables. Do you know what? We're just going to go with the flow. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But we're going to stick to the real life. It's a mature crime. It's action adventure, but I don't really want to go for multi-genre, so we'll stick with the action part because we've just done an adventure game. So crime action / action adventure across 3 platforms using the new game engine based on GTA. What are we calling it? Hello, Carlton Gordon. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Just in time for us to recreate GTA. Let's hope that it is. Well, do you know what? I'll accept an 8. Anything above an 8 will be happy. We've had a big smash hit in the last game. We can't be too greedy. So let's just take what we're given here. So what are we calling it? How about Petty Theft Manual? Grand Theft Auto Petty Theft Manual. Oh dear. Okay. And then if it fails miserably, we can just blame the name. Just waiting for the responses here. Waiting for people to scream in horror. What the hell are you calling it? PTM. Yeah, GTA, PTM, you know, PTM 4. I think it works. I think it works. We're going to go with it. We're going with PTM. PTM. Right, everything else is fine. Mature crime action, blah blah blah. 3 platforms. Go. The new graphics. I don't know if this is going to work. I really don't know if this is going to work. In fact, I'm not confident, so I'm going to downgrade all my marketing on this. I'm going to play it small. Oh, not for G3 though. It's an extra million. We've got 96 to play with. Small campaign. Oh, do you know what? 2 million? No, we'll go small campaign. I'm going to scrimp and save it on some things. I'm not overly confident about this. Right. Okay, we've got so much stuff to cram into this now, but we don't want to put too much in. We don't want to go too far, because the next game we create is going to be the big one. The one that we need to make shine. The final, First Fantasy number 3. The big sequel that everyone will be waiting for. The first time it'll be going cross-platform. Anyway, for now though, it's all about the game engine. I mean, the story and quest in an action game isn't really high, but it is quite prevalent to GTA or PTM now. So I'm going to go to the upper end of the scale, which is about 40%. Now, it might hinder the marks, but as I said, we're just going to go with it. We're going to roll with it. And gameplay, of course, is also pretty important. So sort of balance that out like that. So what are we going to cram into this? We'll do the people first. Engine is tech. Let's make it as good as we can. So get James on the job. Gameplay is design. I'll take that. And then story and quest, we'll have a bit of Riley on the job. So that'll do for now. And then engine. Save game. It had save game. Did it have multiplayer? I believe it. But did GTA 4 have multiplayer? I can't remember. I'm going to put it in. Cloud save, mod support, of course it's on the PC, we'll chuck in mod support, but we're not going to put too much in. I want the next game to be a big hit, so I want to hold back a few things for that. That'll do. That'll do, I think. I'm going to skimp on the engine a little bit. I mean, I know it's a big engine thing, but tutorials, yes. It did have character progression to a certain degree, and achievements as well. I'll leave off better user experience. Can we put... No, we can't put it in anyway. Just in... yeah. That works. And branching story. Was it branching? I'm going to put it as branching. And we'll stick with simple cutscenes. Not quite giving it the advanced cutscenes just yet. We don't want to give the game away too soon with our new engine. So, branching story with simple cutscenes. Or did we have advanced cutscenes in the previous game? I've completely forgotten if this was a new thing that we just added now or not. We can't have it anyway. It's not a story quest heavy game, so simple cutscenes will do. Yeah, that's a decent mix. We're not going too far with it, are we? Okay. I'm not confident. $962,000. We made it into the top 10, maybe? 23. We're climbing up the rankings. Andrew McNara. Go on then, what do you want to ask me this time? Dialogues or gameplay? Gameplay. Thank you for your time, thank you. Can I bribe you to give me a good review? I'm being serious. Yeah, everyone else agrees, good. So 431,289 to beat. Wow, we're behind the schedule for G3. We're normally releasing games just when G3 is finished, and we're still only in development stage 1, which is going to have a knock-on effect for next year. We're going to have to get cracking pretty quickly with our next game if we want to hit that. Anyway, here comes the bloody grapple people again, with now a bloody tablet device. What on earth are they doing? It's going crazy. Wow, this is a lot of stuff. Here we go, development stage 2. It's action, which means that dialogues aren't very important, and artificial intelligence is very important, as is level design. But I am going to put in some dialogues.
because they did. This is where it gets a little bit dicey, because doing it as a pure action game is probably not giving it the best benefit in terms of realism. So we don't want to go too much out of the action bracket in terms of the sliders. But anyway, 15% will do dialogues very well. Dialogue tree. There's no dialogue tree, funnily enough. Not that I can remember. It's not an RPG after all. Anyway, level editor, yeah, for multiplayer. Easter eggs and mini games. We'll put mini games in there. And AI companions and better AI. So yeah, we'll throw all of those features in. No problem. On to the people. Artificial intelligence, very tech heavy. So who Tom references is doing that already, which is fine. You can stick with that. Level design. I think it's actually tech-based stat, funnily enough, even though it's got design in the title. Could be wrong, but that's what it says on my list. I'll put Lammy on it, and I'll put you on. Who can I put on dialogues? Maybe you can take that. Just a little bit extra work for you. Just a little smidgen more work for you. In fact, no. Put Erin on the case. Okay. Bloody hell. It's taking a long time to develop this, which is good. Which is a good thing, really. It means we're taking our time, we're putting stuff into it, we're making sure it's right. And here comes the bloody iPad. Won't be developing games for that, or any phones, or any portable devices. I'm not a lover of playing games on small screens. Hype is going to fall away, man, I'm telling you. Anyway, here we are. Graphics important, sound important, and world design. Well, I would say very important, because it's an open world type of game, but well, not in this case. We should have probably done it more as an adventure, but anyway, never mind. Surround sound, no. Soundtrack we'll stick with. Open world, yes. Day-night cycle, yes. Rich backstory we'll take out. Right, and Riley shall take world design. Graphics shall be handled by. Now, graphics is. Sound is design, so we'll give that to Benjamin Wilker. And any techies can take this. I think I might have misdone the blooming tech stats here. Got no techies left for this. No. Put you on that and then take you off that, maybe? 115. That's probably as good as we're going to get it. Screwed this up somehow. What I should do is assign each individual person a particular. There's 9 of these and 6 people. But there's got to be a way of doing this, surely. Anyway, let's not mull over it too much. This is never going to be a world beater, was it? Oh, and the market's normalised again. I don't think we've done crime before, so this would have been a good bonus for us in terms of the market trend. But never mind. We're trying to beat 431289, so we've smashed it technology-wise. And we're getting up there for the design, so this might be okay. This might be okay. This might be okay. 400, 289. I'm going to finish it as quickly as I can. Oh, I can see a couple of bugs floating in. Just let it steady. Let it steady, let it steady. Bug comes in. Get rid of the bug. Go. 417386. It's quite a big leap in technology. And it's called... What's it called? Petty Theft Manual. Petty Theft Manual. Oh, is this going to be a good one?
Is this gonna be a good one? Got a lot of levels up for our people. Here we go. Release the game. People have a lot of raises. Special training for people. I'm going to train... No, I'm not going to train, sorry. I'm going to... In fact, what can I train in? What was that? Oh look, graphics specialist. You can actually specialise them in certain things. Would this be beneficial? I'm not sure. I've not got this far before. It seems like a lot of RP points to do this. Just have them as a generic specialist rather than a specific specialist, I think would be better. I can also train in boost. Don't need that really, I think. Anyway, sorry, I'm generating a game report, that's what I'm trying to do. And then wait for the reviews to come out. And here we go! Petty Theft Manual. I'm thinking around about a 6.75. I'm going to play it down this time. I don't think... I'm a bit apprehensive... It might even be lower than that. I'm apprehensive about the crime action combo, especially with mature as well. Not quite so sure. Ooh! 6.75 I said. 7? I'll take it. I'll take it. Crime and action's a great combo apparently. Oh, there you go. It's across, we're sending it across 3 platforms, so it should help sales. So that'll keep us going nicely. Keep us going very nicely. Because right now we're preparing ourselves for the big one. For the big one. So first of all, we'll go for a round of training with all of these guys. $1 million in sales, well done, well done. I'm not bothered about that. That was just a bit of a stopgap game, really, because the big game is coming right now. The big one, the fantasy, is coming again. Can we make it the 3rd smash hit in the series? That's all I'm bothered about. That's all I'm bothered about is getting this bloody series to continue being great. It's my baby now, that. First Fantasy is my baby. Yeah, Crime and Mature was a good match. It was a very good match, in fact. So, not bad. I think we got a bit lucky there, to be honest with you. Got a little bit lucky. But sometimes you need a bit of luck in any business that you're in. Right, we'll get the training done. I think we're going to miss G3 this year. Or we might just squeak it in if we don't do any research training. Looking at our past multi-platform games, it becomes clear that we should be able to drastically reduce the cost of developing a single game for multiple platforms if we could better optimize our game engines. Oh, right, okay. Multi-platform optimized, but we don't want to throw that into a game engine just yet. $122 million. Right, are we going to go to G3 now? I think we're going to go. I don't want to miss this opportunity here. Don't want to miss it. So, large booth, and let's get developing that sequel. It's going to be a sequel to the number 2, I suppose. So here we go. Select. So it's a game for everyone. It's going to be a large game. It's going to be First Fantasy 3. It needs a subtitle, so get thinking about a subtitle whilst I get this sorted here. 360, PlayStation 3, and of course the PC on the new engine, and we're going to cram everything into this just to ensure that this one game is a hit. I don't care about any subsequent games that we have to try and make hits to try and live up to this. I want this to be the big one. The previous two versions have all been very, very, very big hits. This has to continue. Ruben? Subheading please, Mr. Ruben. You are my creative talent here. Get thinking. Whilst I make some notes and glare over my computer screen at my staff members. My eyes are generally saying here, we're making First Fantasy here, people. If this is a flop, heads will roll. And they're all nervously drinking their tea and scratching their heads, understanding that they have got to work day and night with matchsticks propping open their eyes, Red Bull on standby to make this work. First Fantasy 3. What's the subheading? The sequeling, the Reign of Darkness. The turd. I almost like it. I like it, but I can't have a game called The Turd. No way. Not maybe for another game, but not for my big game series. But I do like it. Oh, dearie me. Right, okay. Come on. The charm, the turd, the first third, First Fantasy Leviathan. Oh, see? You see? I like that. Is that how you spell the damn thing? First Fantasy 3 Leviathan. Oh yeah, I like that. Sounds like the game that people will rush out to buy. And nobody else has suggested anything remotely usable here. I know we're trying to make fun names, but this is serious. This is the one game I'm trying to take serious here, people. I want serious. I want serious here, not jokes. Although the contradiction was a joke, but then obviously that was before I realised that this was going to become a potentially great series. So we're going to go large game, everyone, fantasy RPG, all three platforms here, 360, PlayStation 3, PC, new game engine, Leviathan. The Paradox, that's quite good. Oh, I think you've been trumped, Ruben. Am I going against my creative talent here? Oh, I think I am. And therefore if it flops, you can say to me, you can just give me that look as if to say, I told you so. But I'm going with it now. I think this is it. I think this is even better. The Paradox. We have had a contradiction and now we have a paradox. First Fantasy 3. Oh, I like it. I like it. The final First Fantasy. That could be their last in the series. The final First Fantasy. I like that. 4.1 million this is costing, but I think we'll be making the money back. I'm optimistic. Right, 3D graphics, Volume 4. The game is set in stone. The name is chosen. Ruben, I hope this is good for your sake. Otherwise I'll be sacking you for not pushing me hard enough to stick with your suggestion. I'm always going to blame it. It's never my fault. It's always my staff member's fault. I'm a nasty boss to work for. Right, let's get everything off so that I can throw everything back in again. But I just like to start from scratch. So this is an RPG. RPG, of course, very heavy in story and quests. Gameplay 70. An engine is relatively important, but not overly important. So I'm going to stick to exactly the same sliders that I used for the previous games. And I have to be very careful that I don't put people in the wrong places here. So story and quest is definitely design. So we'll go for, and it's got to have a good story. Benjamin Wilkerman, whatever the hell you're called, just ensure that this is the best of the bunch. This is the third installment. We don't want any similarities. We don't want any sort of repetition. We don't want to be accused of regurgitating any old hash. We want to be a fresh experience, leading on nicely from number 2. Get on the case. Gameplay is design as well. We'll go for me. And engine is a tech, but not a very important tech, so we won't go for the higher tech people. We'll go for you, Riley Perez, whatever you want to pronounce your name like. I don't care, Riley. I'm the boss. Right, things to put into it. Right, save game, of course. Multiplayer, yes. Video playback. Oh, we can't put everything in now. We're going to be very... Oh, we can't put everything in. What do you mean we can't put everything in? This is my bloody... Okay, no multiplayer. Take multiplayer out. Basic physics. They're both very big ones. Very big ones. So, I think... Mod support, very important. I mean, this is not a heavily engine affair, is it, for an RPG, I suppose? These aren't really important, but I would like at least some of the... Save to cloud, rather than just a simple save game, so that would help. And if we could fit in basic physics, that would be great, but I don't think we can. No, it's going to go above the threshold. So, can we throw in something else? Oof! There we go. That'll do it. That'll do it. There we go. So we've got multiplayer, we've got save to cloud feature, and we have got mod support. I think they're quite important features for an RPG. I mean, multiplayer maybe not so much, but we can't fit any of these two big ones in for an RPG, I don't think, due to the lack of time devoted to the game engine. Gameplay, tutorials, character progression and achievements, and we can't quite get better user experience in unless we raise that up a little bit more. I mean, this is all taking time away from story and quest, but we should be okay. We should be okay. Branching story and advanced cutscenes. Definitely. Definitely. Nothing simple about this quest or story, my friends. Nothing simple about it. It's going to be the most mind-blowing story you've ever seen in an RPG. Oh yeah. Everything's done. Everything's set. Let's move on to development stage 2. Oh, I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous! The funny thing about this game is that although it says all these various things like linear story, simple cutscenes, branching story, blah 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 blah, I think it's a case of they're just numbers, really. So although it does say, like, if we leave save game out, for instance, or whatever it might be, and put something else in its place, it's not it's not classing it as, oh, you're missing a save game. It's classing it as you're not using a particular cost of part. But we do have a save game. We've got save to cloud. Anyway, here comes the G3 in big lights. First Fantasy III, the Paradox. People flocking around. Over 1 million people have come to see. They're waiting with bated breath about to see how good this will be. 12th place. It's good. We're making inroads here. Let's get that marketing campaign going as early as possible. I want a large campaign. This has to be shouted from the rooftops. Every man and his dog can't move without being slapped in the face by an advert about First Fantasy III. Old people with walking sticks who have never played a game before will know what this game is. They'll be humming the theme tune in their sleep. Ooh, Petty Theft Manual had quite a few undiscovered bugs. Oh, they demand that we patch the game. Oh, I can't patch a game now. I'm in the middle of developing a bloody... Well, it's going to have to wait, I'm afraid. We're very busy with a massive project here. And hopefully we'll be able to patch it when we finish this, if it's not too late. Might lose some fans, but okay. What can we do? We're a small outfit of 7 people here. And we're creating hit games with 7 people. Oh, the Paradox. I need to write in the name of the game title completely. Okay, so here we go. Development stage 2. Dialogue. Oh yeah, the best dialogues you've ever heard. Artificial intelligence. Not very good. Good enough to get by, I suppose. That seems to be the one. That seems to be the one. Okay, let's get the people on the case, and then we shall sort out the bits and bobs. So, dialogues. Dialogues is a very heavy design one. Erin Farmer's taken it. Good choice, good choice. And then a lamb taking level design. Yeah, good choice, good choice. Artificial intelligence. Tom. Yeah, that's good. Tom Oldbuck. No, we'll have Riley. Just in case there's a couple more techie stuff in the next. In fact, no, we've got two tech gurus here doing nothing. So yeah, we'll put you there. That gives us one design man. In fact, level design, I think, is tech. What's in the final? Let me have a look in the final stage. What's the final stage here? There's world design in the final stage, and that has to be very, very high, and that's definitely a design stat. So what we'll do is Eleanor will save you for world design, and instead we'll put level design for you. There we go. That should work a bit better in our favour. Okay, so that's the people sorted out. We're moving on to the dialogues. Of course, we have everything we can throw into it. Level design, everything we can throw into it. And artificial intelligence, we can't get both, so we'll just have AI companions. Alright. Someone's going to get fired. You're right, Feathers. Somebody's going to get fired. If this game's not at least a 9.5, somebody is going to get hurt real bad. Huh, the recent pleas for a patch have gone unanswered. They haven't gone unanswered, you muppets! I'm busy! Shut up, fans! Get on my tits! Sometimes you demanding fools. You think I'm sat here in my office twiddling my thumbs, rolling in my money? No, I'm developing a new big hit game for you so that you can forget about the bugs of the damn petty theft manual affair and you can instead revel in the glory of First Fantasy. Ryan, hello Ryan. Welcome. You've missed pretty much the whole stream. Okay. The figures are looking good. They're looking good. Oh, what's this old crappy thing? The M-pad. I don't care about your pads and your phones. Leave me alone. Okay. Woosah. Let's get this rocking the joint. World design. Eleanor, take it, will you, love? Thank you. Shut up, phone, I'm busy. What have we got going on here? This is very I'm not even bloody developing a game in real life, and I'm stressed here. The pressure is so much to live up to your expectation of the previous one. Graphics. Graphics are important. Yes, they are. 70%. Sound 25%. Enough for surround sound. 90. We've got to raise it up. You raise me up. I won't break into sound. What am I doing? So this is the first time we have used surround sound. You can hear the explosions, the sounds, the conversations coming from all over to give you that extra bit of immersive feel. Open world, day-night cycle, rich backstory. You can have it all in First Fantasy 3. Your mind will explode due to the richness of everything involved. And graphics. Graphics is a techie. Come forth, Tom references. And James, you can finish off the sound. And together we are all under 100%. We're not overworked, we're not stressed, although I beg to differ. Everything that we can possibly put into this, we have put into it. We are probably maxing out our game engine here. The sliders are in the positions they need to be. This is now into the lap of the gods. We've done all we can to ensure that this is a success. Let's just keep our fingers crossed. Oh boy. ho, ho. Sequel stress. That's it. Sequel stress. Is that a technical term in the business? Sequel stress. If it isn't, then we should coin this phrase because it is true. Sequel stress. Oh, we're off the charts with the bubbles. We're off the charts with the bubbles. We're bubbling up. Oh, next generation of consoles will be called the Woo. The Woo? This is not the Wii? We just had the Wii, didn't we? No, this is something else. I have no idea what it is. Nintendo has always been at the forefront of innovation. Very good for you, Nintendo. Very good for you. Come on. All these numbers are looking rather spiffing marvellous. You need soundtrack. No, I don't need soundtrack. Surround sound is, isn't surround sound surpassing soundtrack? I thought surround sound surpassed soundtrack. I thought it was like an upgrade to soundtrack rather than a complementary feature. We couldn't fit both in anyway, because we didn't have enough sound, and sound isn't massively important for an RPG anyway. So, but I thought surround sound surpassed soundtrack. So anyway, I don't care. The hype's falling. 566, 467. A record across the board. We're leveling up in stuff. Come on, level up all over the damn place. Get away with your pads and your pods. Ooh, look at all these new bells and whistles to throw into a new game engine, which we won't be creating just yet. I don't know how far away the next generation of consoles are, but I've got a feeling they're not just around the corner here. We do have one more game to create, the community-based game of course, and then after we've created the community-based game, we shall create the new game engine, and hopefully by then the PlayStation 4, Xbox One will be out, and that will be the final stream of the series. But for now, I will generate a game report and wait with bated breath for the results. How much time is left? About 20 minutes. Oh guys, if I wasn't driving and going to football, I'd probably run downstairs, pour myself a rum and coke here, just to get ready for any disappointment. I could drown my sorrows, but I'm driving, so I can't do that, so instead I shall have to sip my peach cordial if this all goes tits up. I don't want to press it! Yes! We've done it again! Woo! Oh, that's so good, that's so good, I feel so good. I can take a holiday. Sequel stress, what the hell's that all about? No need to stress here. 10s and 9 from that Game Hero, people. Oh, it's always... I have seen on an LP somebody get a 10, 10, 10, 11. So it is possible to get more than 10, 10, 9, 10, but it's probably just very difficult. Oh my god, wow. Hey, we've created the third in the series. This series is akin to the modern day GTA. You just gotta have them all. You just gotta have them all. There's not a bad game in the series, man. Let the good times roll. Oh, wow. Wow. And there's no time to rest. I'm sorry guys, there's no time to rest. Let's get researching multi-platform optimized. Let's get researching full motion video. Let's get researching voiceovers. Oh, no, virtual economy. We're running out of research points, so we'll have to just do half of them this time and half of them next time. Wow. Mixed reviews about the M-Pad. I could have told you that, you fools. Ambrose Productions has recently released a sequel to their game First Fantasy II: The Contradiction. The newest game in the series, First Fantasy III: The Paradox, was met with outstanding responses. A newer engine, of course, always helps when you're creating a sequel. Wow. No, it's akin to the Elder Scroll. Yes, it is. Yes, same sort of thing. Those game series where the developers really put their heart and soul into the game. Not these ones where you've got a couple of good ones and then they get complacent and create a couple of crappy ones. No, everyone is always given maximum attention. And yes, sometimes you've got to be that nasty boss that cracks the whip, that threatens his staff with sack if they fail miserably, but that's how you get results. Slave driving them. It has worked a treat for me. Okay, let's do some trading. Just do some trading. I need to calm down now. I need to calm down. Ruben. Oh, Ruben. I bet you would have got a perfect score if you did the Leviathan. Maybe you were right. Maybe we'll never know, Ruben. We'll never know. But we'll. I'm happy with 10-9. 10-9. Ho ho ho! Technology. Right, I'm just going to now. So anyway, now we are going to go on to our community-based game, which will be the final game of the stream. Whether it's the final game for the Xbox 360 depends on when the damn consoles are coming out next. But we've had no news. People are obviously just absolutely loving this game, just going wild in the aisles for it. Ranked number 1 in the charts, of course. We don't need to say any more. We know the game is going to be a hit. We know it. They've come to understand that when we say we're releasing First Fantasy, you don't have to read the reviews. You don't have to see the previews. You know what you're getting. You just know it. We'll give you an experience that you will never forget. Right, technology training for me. Okay, hello you lot. We're running out of thingies though, points again. Design, technology. So he can be a technology specialist after this round of training. So we'll have at least one tech specialist and one, or at least be eligible. And he's just doing research because he's already above the design threshold. 5 million in sales. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas. Oh, we're not going to G3 this year. Sorry, we're taking a year off. We took a year off, I think, after the last First Fantasy. We're taking a year off this time. We've earned it, man. My poor staff members were fearing for their jobs. I was fearing for my life. We've got to give them a break. Right, technology design. She's almost there, but we're researcher this time. You can probably get away now without any more research training. You need some more research training. You don't need any. And I don't think you do. No. You and Eleanor are fine. Any research above 400 I think I'm happy with. So the training is done. The research is done. I think we'll do a couple of contracts to try and get some research points. And then I'm still taking suggestions for this community-based game. We are developing games for the PC now. So we haven't actually developed any, apart from the very one strategy game, Down with Pope Face, all the way back on the Commodore 64. We could do a sequel to that on the PC. Just do a PC-only strategy game. That would be something different, something that we've never done before. I'm quite interested in doing something like that. So if you can suggest some strategy game names or some strategy game titles, feel free. But we made our last sequel to a community-based game a good hit, Johnny's Revolution, Dio's Fault. That was a good sequel to Johnny 5 booting up. So we could do a Down with Pope Face sequel, strategy PC game. Just let me know your thoughts. 106 million in sales, 7.5 million units. Now this has overtaken overtaken the NY there, I think. 5.6 million. 7.6. Yeah, this has rocked the show, baby. Rocked the show. But as in terms of the Xbox era, Xbox 360, 7.5, 9.75, 7, 9.75. A very successful console here that we're developing for. Of course, it is all cross platforms for most of them. Right, so let me have a look at the chat here. I'm going to pause the game now because we could have actually gone to G3, I suppose, but we'll develop this game without their support. So we've got Total War Pope Face. I think we'll veer away from Total War in the title. Pyrim Cooking Simulator. Yeah, there is more delay than Twitch. I've seen a few streams on Twitch, and the actual delays doesn't seem as bad. It's a good 20 seconds here, which is kind of annoying when you're doing an interactive stream, which is a bit of a shame. But anyway, after I've finished with this stream series, which will be this Saturday. I'm doing the final stream session of this game on Saturday, which will encompass the modern day consoles. Now I'm not necessarily playing the game to a finish, because the game will go on to 35 years, I think. So I don't know if we'll manage to get to the very end, but we'll stream on Saturday for about 2 to 3 hours, and then once I feel I've had enough, we'll call a close to it. So you might not develop these MMOs and stuff, or develop our own console or anything like that, but I think I've definitely covered what I intended to cover in the series. But after I'm done with this series, I will probably take a vote on a video update as to whether any future streams that I do will be on here or will be on Twitch. A lot of people have asked if I would consider streaming on Twitch, and the reason why I didn't do it initially is because it was easier for me to do it on YouTube, because I didn't have to mess about. But apparently people in Germany can't watch YouTube streams, which is a bit of a kick in the teeth. So I've had a few messages from people from Germany saying they can't watch my streams live. So I'll probably take a vote as to see what people would prefer to see me stream on, and that'll probably come sometime next week. And if people want to see me, will prefer me to stream on Twitch, I'll bite the bullet and set up my streaming over there. I do have a Twitch account, so it's not as if I need to create a new account or anything, but I suppose I'm one of these people that doesn't like change very much, and moving over to a new service is a bit daunting, really. But anyway, I'm sure it's not as complex as it looks. So we've got some names for games here: Return of the Pope, Poke Kings, Total Pope Face, Pope Face of Crucifixion. I have to create this is great. I love it. I love it. John Desper, I love it. We're developing a sequel, all the way back to our humble beginnings in the garage when we created Down with Pope Face, or the old Commodore 64/Amstrad CPC 464. Got an 8, which wasn't bad. We're now how many years in the future? If this was about 1986, 1987, which it will have been, we're now in what? The Xbox era? We're towards the end of the Xbox. So we're about 2012 time, 2011, 2012. So how many years is that forward? Let's do the maths. 25? Is that right? About 25 years down the line, we finally develop a sequel to Down with Pope Face. My God, man. People have been waiting a long time for this sequel. So it's going to be a large game. It's going to be a medieval strategy. It's going to be only on the PC. And it's going to be entitled Courtesy of John Desper. Now, can we use We can! Pokemon! Oh dear. My Twitch account, Alex, is, funnily enough, Damo2986. So we are developing a sequel to Down with Pokeface entitled Pokemon. I'm gonna catch 'em all. All those popes have got to be caught and killed. Because they cause us nothing but grief. And it's going to be a game for everyone. PC, yeah. There we go. There we go. Let's hope that this is going to be at least an 8 to put it on par with its prequel. Good graphics. And because we put everything into the last game, we're going to have to put as much as we can into this game. But it is a strategy game, so we shall utilise different components, such as more game engine stuff. So we should be okay. We're just using things in different areas. So let's get ourselves cracking with the sliders. Where are we? I'm confused. Strategy. Right. It's all about the gameplay. There's very limited story quests in a strategy game. I wouldn't say there's none, but there's limited. I think we might even take it down to 20% this one. So about 20% will do. We create our own stories, man. We make our own AARs and good stuff like that. Create our own RP type affairs where we bring our characters to life. At least I do. Pokemon, strategy, engine pretty important. There we go. There we go. So we need to be. I think a strategy game is going to be more tech heavy than design heavy. So we want to throw all our good techie people. Although gameplay isn't gameplay design. Gameplay is design. Yes, yes, it is design. I was informed. So let's get Benjamin Wilkerson on the case. Game engine is tech. Just going to check how many tech heavy stats there are. AI's tech, and that's quite high. That's quite high for a RPG. Graphics is tech as well. So I need to save Tom and James for AI and graphics. So I can't use them. So I shall use on engine Eleanor and stick Riley on story quest. And then we move to the features. Now game engine, of course, multiplayer, of course, mod support, of course. We're going to use the physics this time, and we can't quite fit video playback in there. We need some kind of save, don't we? So if we go for save to cloud and save game, maybe. That's too high. No, that's too high. So save to cloud, multiplayer, we're introducing now basic physics. I think we didn't have that last time, did we? Save to cloud, mod support. Gameplay, it's all going in. It's all going in there. And story and quests, just advanced cutscenes. I think that's all we can fit in. Alright. Now notoriously, our community-based games have not been the greatest. They want us to give away Daymotion V2 source code. Of course we do. We'll give it away for free, as a kind of a bit of a sorry for not releasing any patches for that PTM. That we, because we were busy developing the greatest game of all time, if you'll excuse us. I'll share some information. More story quest or more level design? No, not an RPG. It's a strategy. I would say more level design. Certainly. Certainly. Oh, I've done something a little bit of a... I've made a bit of a boob here. I've I was looking at my wrong stats when it came to these slidery things. AI is not highly important for a. I was looking at simulation and not strategy. When I was bloody hell. Right, hopefully we'll still won't have a problem. Right, level design is high, and that's definitely tech. Because I've never done a strategy game for a long time, I'm getting it confused with simulation. Right, so level design, high. Dialogues, pretty much non-existent. We'll put it down to 15%. Level design, of course, to the maximum. And then AI, semi-important. You don't want a strategy game with crap AI, do you? But not quite as important as level design. So we'll go about 75 there. Put them all in. Put them all in. I don't know what companions you can possibly have on a strategy game, but I'm sure we'll make it work. Right, people. Dialogues, design, not very important. Give it to Riley. Level design, tech, very important. Give it to James. And AI is also tech, semi-important. Give it to Tom. No, give it to me. I want Tom. In fact, it doesn't matter actually. Give it to Tom. Sorry Tom, I'm putting you out of a job there, won't I? Okay, that's fine. So Riley, James, Tom. I'm happy with that. Let's get the marketing. Simulation games are... oh, pity. Big campaign. The biggest you've ever seen. Not quite the biggest you've ever seen. We don't want to outshine First Fantasy number 3, but it's quite kind of big. Kind of big. And finally, development stage number 3. We have world design. Very important, and that is a design stat. So Erin Farmer's coming along, the old design guru over here. We have graphics, not so important, down to about 25, and then sound up to about 70, something like that. Should do us nicely. So we can put both a soundtrack and surround sound in this time, for those of you that were horrified that we didn't have a soundtrack in First Fantasy. And we're going to go for all the shebangs here. Cycles, open world, rich backstory, whatever works in a medieval strategy game. Whatever works. And graphics there, yeah, okay, so people. World design, Erin is taking it. Sound is design as well. I'll take that, and we'll finish off with graphics. Doesn't matter who's doing that. Tom is a bit worked out, so we'll give it to Riley, because Riley is the Mr. Mopper-upper. He takes the tasks that nobody else can do or wants to do. And that is Pokemon. Right, 566, 467 to beat. I think we might do it. Imagine if we got back-to-back blockbuster hits. As I said before, I've never seen it happen. Never seen it. And this is going to be kind of it's looking it's looking. Let me see. It's a record in both. It's a record in both. It's a decent improvement over the last game, but it's a sequel as well on a new platform. That should help us. All the matches match, console to game and combo, topic to genre. Oh no! A bug! You bastard! We were looking perfect. don't believe it! Pokemon with the one bug. Couldn't you believe a strategy game with one bug? I mean, the heinous crime of it all. Oh man, some more things to throw into our new game engine. In fact, we could develop game engines just for the fun of it. We've got so much money that it's a good way to gain research points to help us with our to get our design and tech specialist, because we need 100 points, don't we? So we could actually just make a couple of throwaway game engines for a laugh. I can't believe that bug, man. That's gonna bring the scores down. Special training available. Oh, look at all this research. New graph. We haven't got the research points for all of this, man. We're overloaded. I might make 2 game engines back to back. Anyway, here are the reviews. I don't want to see them. I don't want to see it. I'm bloody spoiled. Oh, it should have been better than that, man. It should have been better than that. What's that? 7? I don't know. I can't do the math. I use an 8. 7, 7, and an 8. It's about a 7.25. 7.5. Pokemon. Gotta catch 'em all, them bugs. Gotta catch 'em all. Oh, right. How many sales are we gonna get? I mean, it's not a flop. 7.5 is okay, you know. I've played a lot of games that have got 7s and 7.5s or whatever, and they've been really good games. But I'm disappointed. Another community game falls bloody down by the wayside. They're going to ask us for a patch, aren't they? Can we develop a patch just like straight away? Don't think we can. Right, so like the last session, we've developed 5 games for the console. There's still no sound or sight of any new Xbox Ones or PlayStation 4s, so what I'm going to spend the time doing off camera from this point forward is I'm going to create a couple of game engines to get the research points up. I'm going to make Benjamin a design specialist and somebody else a tech specialist, open up an R&D lab, and then for the start of the final session on Saturday at 4 we can start doing some R&D work and using that to further enhance our bank balance and hopefully help us to make some more hit games, of course. But as far as the Xbox 360 is concerned, we are done. We'll wait for... In fact, we won't wait, because the more we wait, there's more time wasted. So effectively, I think there's is it 35 years is the time limit for this game, or 37? I can't remember, but we've got a fair way to go, and we've got 226 million in the bank. We've been doing okay. We've been doing pretty good, in fact. And also, and we have that game series, of course. First Fantasy has been working out well, so although we might have had a few average Joes along the way, I think ultimately this generation of consoles, the 7th generation, has been very successful for us, and we shouldn't let that last bug and score tarnish what has been a good session for our games. So thank you all for coming. Thank you all for your contribution. To all of you, those of you that have suggested some highly humorous names, to Ruben for being my creative talent. Hope you will join me on Saturday, Ruben. I could need your help. But yeah, I'm going to now dash away to football, and I'll see you all on Saturday at 4, if you can make it, for the final episode of this stream series. I hope you've enjoyed it overall. Until next time, see you soon.